40 years ago today, this country started a war. The enemy, illegal drugs, and the war is still going on. We asked Sharyl Attkisson to tell us if we're making any progress.
Gina is in a treatment center on Long Island for opiates and crack. Her addictions have landed her in jail and nearly killed her. She even used drugs while pregnant.
It ruins my life pretty much.
Her parents are heroin addicts who met at rehab. Dad Ralph is currently clean.
We have to stop this cycle. It's insanity.
2 generations, casualties long after President Nixon declared the war on drugs 40 years ago.
We must wage what I have called total war against public enemy number one.
We set out to find just how much has been spent on that war and the results.
This is your brain on drugs.
Back in 1971, the federal drug control budget was $155 million. Today, it's more than $15 billion a year, or after inflation, 17 times higher than 1971. There have been peaks and valleys in drug use over the years, but in recent decades, as the drug-fighting budget has ballooned, drug use hasn't gone down, it's gone up. Many groups call for decriminalizing drugs and putting more emphasis on treatment. One of them is the Global Commission on Drug Policy, made up of international politicians and business leaders. It claims the war on drugs has failed. It estimates cocaine use is up 27%, opiates up 34%. In 1989, the first President Bush named Bill Bennett the first so-called drug czar. Today, he told us fighting the war is worth it.
And it's like the war against, ignorance or barbarism or anything else that's horrible and persistent. When you let up the pressure, things get worse. When you keep the pressure on, often things can get better.
This war on drugs, what I look at from a civilian's point, like, okay, there's still a lot of heroin, still a lot of drugs on the street. What did it do? And the second question is, well, if there wasn't a war on drugs, how much more drugs would have been in here?
He also worries it could claim a third generation like his granddaughter, Gianna. Sharyl Attkisson, CBS News, Washington.